Welcome to Deadlands Dime Novels, The Adventures of Young and Holt, Issue 2, Lies, Money, and the Open Trail. I'm your narrator, Ernest Wick, intrepid reporter for the Tombstone Epitaph. In this issue, our heroes find themselves in Worthington, Minnesota, not long off the train. In a case that could best be described as mistaken identity, our heroes find themselves swept up in the mission thrust upon them by a one Mister Derek Ingersol. But before they do that, they'll need to get cleaned up and come into a bit more money. Oh, and of course, find a guide to wherever it is they might be going. Once they hit the trail, however, things take a turn for, well, let's leave that for the right time. Now, let's see where they're at. A toast at all? You want to do a toast?
Oh, you'd have to do a toast.
Me? Oh gosh. I'm thinking. Just give me a second here. I'm already dropping into a bit of a southern accent when I do this. Oh my gosh, this game! To players well played, and to adventures yet to be had. Salute. I should have warned you, it is actually surprisingly smooth. It doesn't leave nearly as much burn as other whiskeys do. I got very lucky on this one. Alright, so welcome back, gentlemen. What do we remember from last session?
We are now in Tabby's Saloon, room number 4,
Yeah.
with Gregory Thomas, and we need to find the giants before they do.
And why do we need to find the giants before they do? What happened with that?
Because... Why is
Because
it?
Porter wants a story.
That's right.
True.
I want a
The Giants
story.
don't matter, really. I mean, it's just that this is an opportunity for him to get a story.
Yes.
Actually, I'm not too sure. I know there's something going on with the giants.
Right. You got a you got a note.
The note.
You got the note from Derek Ingersol.
Yes.
When you were on the train. And that was what was written on the note. Inside the newspaper was a little leather that he had wrapped up. There was a little leather pouch, correct?
With money.
With money. $100, as a matter of fact. And I have printed up for your perusal and or benefit the necessary pages of the Worthington Advance, which was the newspaper.
Yeah, you were talking about how that was difficult to read.
Yes.
But keep in mind the newspapers back then were printed on big sheets of paper.
Yes, rather large. So...
Is there more than one?
There's the
multiple
article.
pages of
The
newspaper.
article takes up, basically the 3 pages.
Oh, yeah.
And so there's that. Yes. And so when you got to Worthington, you got off the train, and Gregory was there. Gregory Thomas was there. There definitely is some overlap between the pages, and he was holding out a little sign that said Ingersol.
Yep.
So we head to the Orange Tabby from there?
It was just at Tabby's Saloon.
Yeah.
And Gregory, he had also taken the liberty of ordering dinner, but because there were 2 of you, which was he was a little surprised because he was expecting, obviously, Mr. Ingersol. And what was the excuse that you gave to him about why he wasn't there?
He was unable to make the train, I think you said.
Yes.
Okay.
Or trip. I may have said trip.
All right.
To cover my bases.
All right. So...
Although we do have audio recording of this.
We do, and actually, there may be corrections later on, but that sounds pretty good. He took you to Tabby's, and he did talk a little bit about that he was doing what he was told as far as his job was, and that was to just kind of keep an eye on things in town, looking for anybody unusual or anything out of the ordinary. And he did...
Mr. Blonde.
Yes.
Blonde coat.
Yep, a gentleman that he referred to as Blonde Coat, who looks like he had 2 hired guns with him. And he didn't seem to be doing anything untoward or out of the ordinary, but he's an individual who behaves a bit eccentrically. might be the best words I could use to describe him. And he does know that Mr. Blondecoat is staying at Gentry's number 6 saloon, which is the saloon across the street. This, of course, is rings a little bit of a bell because you were staying at Gentry's number 5 saloon in Albert Lee, which your characters may or may not remember, or it may not even matter to them. And so that is kind of where we left off. Before we draw chips, because of course you do get to draw new chips at the start of the session.
What room did you say he was in? Or did you not?
He does not know what room he's staying in.
Just Gentry's number 6.
Yeah, just at Gentry's number 6. You were staying in room 4.
Yes.
Was there anything else on the note? First of all, did you share the information on the note with Joshua?
I thought I did.
Mm-hmm. You handed it to me because I believe I read
Because the only thing
first.
we haven't...
That's right, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that.
So what does it say again?
Find the giants before they do, Worthington, which was where we're at, and then runs at deer.
Runs at deer. All right. Let's draw some chips. So, of course, Porter, you get 3. And because you're unlucky, Joshua, you will get 4. 3 reds. Very nice. For me, you go first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. By all means, players go first. One hit.
That's good. Another one of those.
Green, that's good, or blue in this case. And I get 2. I want this one. And I want this one. And I get 2 reds.
Does that give us chips?
It does not give you chips, unfortunately. There is a downside to everything in this
We want
world.
him to get the red ones, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, they do give him a bonus.
right.
Oh,
I mean,
true.
I can treat them like a white chip, which is just a straight up re-roll or soak roll, but I can also use it to add a 1d6 to a test result. It's probably about
Gotcha.
7, maybe 8 in the evening by the time your dinner arrives, and Gregory is still kind of sitting in your room for you, and it's brought up to your room because unless, of course, you want to eat down in the saloon proper.
Mm-hmm. No.
So Gregory kind of stands there. He kind of straightens his coat a little bit. And I'm sorry I didn't ask this earlier, gentlemen, but is Mr. Ingersol then going to follow up and meet with you later on, or did he just turn the mission over to the two of you?
He said he had something to check on still before he could come down.
Okay, all right, okay. So I'm gonna assume that that's probably a no. I mean, because did he brief you much on the mission?
Unfortunately, he was really pressed for time. We got the basics.
Okay, all right.
And we knew we were supposed to come here and meet you.
Yes.
But that's...
All right. Well, and I've told you what I know. He takes out he's got like a little notebook and he starts kind of flipping some pages. Yes. All right. So Mr. Blondecoat, and I really apologize. I didn't get his name.
Those things happen.
Yeah.
We might be able to pull that off at one point.
He's been here for roughly the last 3 or 4 days, and it seems to me that he was looking for. Well, I think I mentioned this earlier that he was looking for a guide to take him to Part Southwest into the
Iowa Territory?
Yeah, into the Iowa Territory. Yes, sir. I don't know if he's been successful yet, but he's spent a good amount of time over at the number 6. So I'm assuming that he must have found somebody because he hasn't been as active in the last day or so as he has the previous time when he came here with his two companions.
It makes sense. I like that.
I know. You know there are other guides. So I mean, if you, of course, had to find yours, there's probably some around here, and I can go asking around as well. But as long as you've got the basics, I think that you'll know what to do from there. Once you get to once you find yourself a guide. But from once, I mean, once I help you with that, that my part of the mission's done. Unless, of course, you have other orders for me.
So in your surveying, how have you seen any other guides? Have you seen anyone Mr. Blondcoat's been talking to that could possibly be his guide?
Yeah, yes. Who I suspect might have found. Like I said, I know he talked to a native gentleman who had long black hair. He was well dressed for an Indian. Not to say, of course, that they're all dressed slovenly, but didn't dress, I guess, in a traditional sense. Let's put it that way. I did see them over lunch one day talking, and then
you didn't happen to catch his name, did you?
Boy, that's a good question. He kind of flips through. Yes, I did find out. Well, I didn't get his full name, but his surname, I guess.
Yes,
if that's how they do that. I'm unfamiliar with Indian culture in the finer details of it. Surname, I guess, would be Deer.
Okay.
They spoke to him. I don't know what and then I saw him talking to a couple other gentlemen who I haven't seen of late. The last man I did see them talking to was an older gentleman. Had a patch over one eye.
Really?
Yeah, I want to say, I've heard his name mentioned before. Is it Howard? Howard or Howie or Harry? Gosh, now it's kind of... And I didn't write that one down. Gregory, you got to do better than that, son. I'll see if I can find that out and maybe confirm it to you in the morning.
That would be great.
Okay. What else can I help you with in that regards?
What guide did you have in mind for us that you could put us in contact with?
Well, I'm there's probably I can do some of that scouting. I guess I'm not really sure. I don't know the details of that part of the mission. Obviously, Mister Ingersol did, and I would, of course, obviously the two of you must as well. So I guess I would leave that up to you, but I can try and scare up a couple of other guides or rangers or trailsmen just to see. If you want to set up a table, say tomorrow, I could have them come and meet you right downstairs in Tabby's if you'd like.
If at all possible, I'd like to talk to the Indian gentleman they talked to.
Of course.
Buy their guide out from underneath them?
If possible.
Sounds like a plan.
The Mister Deer, right? All right.
That's correct.
Yes. All right, I can do that. I'll see if I can still find him tonight and have him come in here to try and find you in the morning after breakfast.
Seems like a plan.
All right. Okay.
Will you be able?
I'll be fine by morning.
Is the food to your liking?
After a train ride like that, it's delicious.
Good. It's good to hear. All right. Well, is there anything else that the two of you need from me at all, then?
We'll be in contact.
Yeah, we'll see you in the morning. If we have anything, we'll let you know.
Excellent. I'm actually just going to be down the hall.
Okay.
I am in room 7.
Okay.
So if you do need me for anything, just come on and knock. I'm going to go and I'm going to double check over some of my notes, and I'm near the end of a mystery novel that I got mailed to me back from out east, and and it's quite good, and I'm kind of excited to see if my own guesses as to who done it actually done it. I guess you could say, but this particular author, he's always good at putting a little twist at the end of something that you never expected. So we'll see how it comes out. But I'm kind of excited to.
These kind of books are good. Keep your mind sharp.
Yeah, well, it gives you. I've always felt that mystery novels kind of give you just like a little insight into the human soul and how some people will behave when put into dire circumstances, or if they're caught in their lies. So like I said, room 7. Anything you need, just come and let me know. As of course you know, I'm here to serve.
Yep,
that's part of the job.
Thank you.
Oh, of course.
Have a good night, Mr. Thomas.
And you as well. And with that, he leaves the room. And you guys are stuck in the room. It's still early. You can hear the sounds of fun and festivities going on downstairs.
Yeah, how late is it?
It's probably really only about 8 o'clock. So, I mean, the sun is... it's probably still... You still got about an hour of daylight, really, before it starts getting dark.
Thinking we might need some more funds.
You want to do that, you do that. I'm thinking I'm going to go hit the bathhouse.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, you're the one with gunpowder on you.
That's very true.
So yeah, I will, in order to recollect my thoughts, go down and do what I'm used to.
Play little cards.
Play little cards.
All right. Excellent.
See if we can rustle up some more money in case we need it.
Okay. And then you're going to leave the bar and go find yourself a bath?
Yep, and I'm going to use the wardrobe in the room. You've got the key?
Yeah, we only have one key, so yeah, I guess I would have the key.
Okay. So
I'm
you can lock it.
Yeah, I'll leave my bag and stuff up there too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to use the wardrobe to basically put saddlebags and all my pistols except for Misery's End.
Okay.
And because that bath is going to end my misery.
Fair enough. All right. So Porter, let's take care of you and your card playing first here. It's quite full down here in the saloon portion of Tabby's. There is you kind of begin to realize why it is probably called Tabby's as you spot no less than 8 different cats.
Nice.
Kind of walking around, and they might make their way across tables. If they bother patrons at the tables, the patrons, one of the things you notice is they're very respectful for removing the cat. Even the grisliest of people in here, and there's not necessarily a lot of really grisly-looking people in here. Most of them that are here look like they're probably either some of the miners who came on the train, or perhaps nearby laborers, so they look more working class than anything else. But there are a few people who are wearing guns and look like they definitely spent some time on the trail. But everybody is very respectful of how they remove the cats from where they don't want them to be. So if they don't want the cats stepping in their food, they'll just gently pick them up, place them down, maybe just give them a light little pat to kind of send them on their way. Nobody is rude to the cats. The bartender behind the bar is an older woman, probably older than Joshua. And she clearly has a wig on because it's this goofy, stylized gray and gold kind of monstrosity thing that just builds up like whipped cream spray all the way up from the top of her head. And she has poorly applied makeup, so her cheeks are nearly like Christmas red as far as that goes. But she has a big old smile on her face, and she's kind of B. Arthur-ish in a lot of ways, but with a really bad wig. And she's very affectionate with the cats as they come by. But there certainly is a couple of tables where there are individuals playing cards.
Well, then I know where I'm sitting.
All right. And both of them have open seats.
Let's pick the one closest to the stairs upstairs.
All right. That is easily done. At this table there are happen to be 2 men, 2 women. One of them appears to be a miner. The 2 others appear probably to be laborers. And then one of them is clearly probably a cattle hand of some sort. She looks a bit more swarthy, I guess, in a certain sense of how she carries herself and her posture and her clothing. And she looks like she's got a little leather on her side there as far as holstering a gun. But they're all playing cards and they all seem to be behaving themselves.
Think you can deal me a hand?
Well, stranger, I don't know. It all depends. Have you got the money? Our stakes are moderate, but She kind of looks you up and down. Judging by the cut of your suit, I'm thinking you probably can afford us.
I think you're right.
She kind of like kicks the chair out to allow you to sit down.
Well, I thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we just happened to finish up this hand, so by all means, let's deal in. Do you want to actually use the actual gambling rules this time, or?
Well, gambling rules are quick.
Okay.
They're much quicker.
All right.
If you want to do it that way,
Do you want to? We can do it that way because I don't want to take too much time focusing. Or we can do one or two representative hands for how the evening goes.
That's what I was thinking. Like maybe one or two rolls, just to the overall
thing.
How the night went. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm good with that.
Okay.
All right. So using the regular rules then. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely.
Okay. So let's see.
And I will clarify, I did really enjoy when we did it, all of us.
I did too.
But I think if unless we're all sitting down,
yeah,
it probably eats up too much time.
Yeah. No, I agree. Because that was kind of fun because you get to use the actual cards, which is good.
Yeah.
All right.
By the way, I'm totally cheating.
Are you? So here comes double one.
That's right. 11. Oh
my gosh. That clearly beats everybody. You do extremely well over the course of the next. We'll say each roll represents about maybe 45 minutes of play.
Okay.
So over that first 3/4 hour, you absolutely clean house. Now the way the rules are written, you get it. Each individual person pays you like the difference.
Yeah. So you take your roll versus my roll, and then I get paid the difference of the two rolls
in dollars.
Whatever the stakes are. So we had to do the stakes.
Okay.
So example, Callie rolls highest with 10, Yuri rolls lowest with 4. The difference is 6, so Yuri pays Callie 6 times the stake. So it's times the stake.
6 times the stake.
So if you're betting $10 a hand,
that would be $60.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Well, we'll roll this out here to see how high the stakes were. This is $1d4.
Okay.
Okay. So. All right, so they start off. They decided to start off with this first one nice and easy.
All right.
Since you're a new person, to get the feel for you. So you beat everybody at the table.
Yeah.
So and two of the people rolled 1.
Oh.
So what is that? That would be $10.
$10.
All right. So you in that first 45 minutes, you clear out one of the miners.
Oh.
I'm
sorry about that.
Well, to be expected. I was trying, but. Wasn't in the cards, I guess you could say, for me tonight. So then I got to quit while I still have some left.
That's a good point.
Yeah, very true. However, the other one, the laborer is going to stick into it and stick with it, as is the cowhand. She's in it now. She lost by. You beat her by 7, so that's $7 more, right?
Okay.
And then the laborer, you.
Well, actually, what did the laborer get?
The other person got a 1, the laborer.
Okay, so actually she would win $10, or no, she would win $7 and I would win 10. I get the biggest difference.
Well, the biggest difference.
The lowest versus the highest,
okay.
And then the next two.
The next
go
two
against
get that.
each other.
Okay, so she beat the laborer, you beat the miner.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Perfect. All right. So now it's just down to the 3 of you. And then we'll also... Ooh, they're playing good.
That's not what I wanted to see there.
they start low to...
I guess.
They're gonna
All right, let's see what you decide to do the stakes up here.
raise to 4.
I know, this is when the stakes are going to be super high.
Oh, no, they stayed at 1.
They're a little worried after my showing there.
What did you end up getting?
At a 7.
You had 7. So you actually fell in the middle. So she wiped out. So she wiped out the laborer.
Okay.
Who packed it up. Yeah, she got a 17.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, it's just the two of you together after that about an hour and a half. Not bad. Not bad.
I'm impressed.
Well, when you get kind of stuck out in the middle of nowhere for the longest times like I do, you got to learn to do something to pass the time.
So what do you do exactly?
Well, I do a variety of things. Right now, in the midst of driving cattle, we're bringing a herd down further south. We've been traveling up from about central Minnesota, really, more than anything else, and then kind of coming down here. There is a rancher who's the guy I'm working for. He's cleaning out most of his herd. He's getting a little old, a little long in the tooth, and so he's trying to work up his retirement. And so we're had a lot of head of cattle that were purchased from a rancher in Iowa, and that's where we're headed right now. So I'm actually on a leave, so to speak. The rest of my posse, they're all out in the field with the cows. About half a day's ride, would be northeast of here. But I got a break, and so they let me, I got to come into town, so I'm just kind of killing some time. Where's somebody all dressed up like yourself there? Where are you going?
I'm on a fact-finding mission.
Oh, what kind of facts are you trying to find?
I'm trying...
First of all, did you give her your real name when you played?
Absolutely. Are you kidding?
Okay. So what kind of facts are you trying to find, Mr. Holt?
I read a neat article in the paper, and I thought I'd check it out for myself.
Oh, interesting. What was it about?
It's about these burial mounds.
I used to... I did some work in Wisconsin once, and I witnessed a couple of those.
Oh, did you?
Not the inside, of course.
Oh.
You don't want to go digging up things with the natives. They don't take too kindly to that. But I've seen them, and I was told by my foreman that they were not hills, that they were mounds, burial mounds. But anyway, I'm sorry I interrupted you. Please continue.
Oh no, I'm really interested in them, and I had some free time. For once. I do a lot of traveling for the family, so I thought I'd come check it out while I have the chance.
Interesting.
I'm nearby.
Huh. Is it just you on your own then?
No, I have a friend that's coming with me.
Well, that's probably a good idea. And so where did you say that these were?
There's some southwest of here that I was going to.
Oh, yeah. We're not headed that way directly. We're heading more straight south. But if what I was told was correct, it's a good thing that you got a friend. You should be careful.
You think so?
Well, there's settlers and everything out there like you'd expect to see, and people homesteading and whatnot. But of late, I have heard some people mention, well, it all depends on the degree which you want to believe somebody and how much they've drank when they're telling you what they're telling you. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes the ones that drink the most give the best tales.
That's an interesting little quip there. I have to remember that. Certainly they sometimes can present them very interestingly.
Exactly.
I knew a couple of gentlemen who got quite outlandish with their stories when they were a couple bottles in. But anyway, what I have been told is that we could be bandits. It could be stray Sioux raiders. It could be bears. I've heard a number of different stories where people said they just heard weird noises to where, well, they got straight up shot at or threatened. But like I said, it's probably good that you got a friend. I hope that he's good with a pistol. I don't see you armed with anything, so they might not. Your suit might not be enough to make them run away in fear. Let's put it that way.
Well, I was hoping to have them more pass over me because I'm not a threat.
Well, that definitely is true. And I mean that in the most positive sense of the word. You're definitely a threat at the table. Let's put it that way. You play your cards quite well.
I don't think many bears play poker.
I've been to a circus once where a bear played ball, catch and whatnot, but not
I've not
cards.
seen that.
No. Yeah, they were supposed to have a monkey that played poker, but I did not. They said the monkey was ill, and so I did not get to see that part of that circus.
That's too bad.
It is, unfortunately, but seeing a monkey play cards, I think, would be kind of funny.
Yeah,
but that's just me. All right, Mr. Holt, you have yourself a wonderful evening.
You do too.
I think I'm going to go and retire.
I didn't catch your name.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. She kind of stands up and goes to shake your hand. Penny Goldheart. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you, Penny.
And, well, if you're headed southwest and I'm headed south, who knows? We may cross paths again. Good luck to you and your friend.
Yes, be careful out there.
I always am. And she kind of taps her gun at the side. And you see her, she basically goes and she goes and pays for a bottle off the bar, and then she walks upstairs. Go. All right, Mr. Young. I do not say that ironically. So, you go to find the bathhouse. All right. Are you just going to like meander until you find it, or are you going to go and ask for directions?
Ask slurred directions as I meander / step.
I was going to say, he probably meanders whether he wants to or not.
I'm sorry, did you say...
Excuse me, boy. Can you point the direction to the bathhouses?
You're kind of like leaning into him. Yeah. He kind of just pushes you back a little bit, kind of coughs. Sir, do you mean, are you looking a bathhouse to get clean or a bathhouse for more interesting pursuits?
A bathhouse to soak my weary bones.
Oh, all right.
Well, already be soaked.
You,
Pickled, not soaked.
Yep, happy to help, sir. You want to go down all the way down the street. It's kind of near it's new construction down near the river. And Sandy's Suds and Such is what you're looking for.
Much obliged.
Yeah, sure.
So which one's us?
Which ones are you on this map? Good question. I'm going to say that the Tabby's is this saloon right here on that building there, and then Gentry's number 6.
Yeah, it's across.
Is right across the street. Okay, so you're gonna you're heading down Main Street basically towards Sandy's Suds and Such. Are you pretty deep into your whiskey at this point?
Well, I was deep into the whiskey getting off the train. Since then, I've been trying to sober up, had a meal, so I'm like coming out of it, but I'm still under the effects of it.
Let's make me a notice roll at -1.
Okay. About 4.
4's not bad. You do notice as you're walking down the street, people certainly looking at you, and there's a few people, going up and down for sure. So it's not like the street's empty, and there's people leaning on porches and whatnot. So it's far from an empty street, and you make occasional eye contact with people.
Yep.
There's a few soiled doves that try to get your attention, and you just kind of keep on walking past. But you do notice that there are a couple of individuals, and they're kind of standing together. They look at you, and you feel... Well, first of all, they maintain eye contact with you longer than anybody else has as you walk down the street. But then, at the same time, you just, for the heck of it, you kind of like turn your head back after you walk past their plane, and they're still looking at you.
All right. So, looking at this map, big house at the end.
Big building here at the end. This is a livery.
Yep.
And then so like the big one there, that was a general store. But yeah, this is a livery. So you're
new construction down there. Somewhere
new construction. Yeah, it's in fact it's so new it's not on the map. So it's kind of like right here.
All right.
But you can so you can kind of see, and you can even kind of get kind of like these wafts of some scents coming up the street.
I am going to play up the amount of... I'm going to play up the amount of inebriation that I have.
Okay.
So I'm going to add a few more stumbles in.
All right.
Some added in not on purpose, but there we go.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to hit the fence at the livery because they usually have like a cattle yard or, a yard there for busting horses.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to hit that fence.
Okay.
And I'm going to kind of lean over the top like, keep it under control. While I'm doing that, I'm just going to kind of stare at the ground, keeping them in their peripheral vision, and just watch them for a little bit to judge their actions before straightening up, taking a few more steps, and kind of doing that same thing.
All right, so you
see if they're just having fun watching a drunk, or if there's something more.
You do your second, so you do that initial one, you're kind of hanging on the fence. Mm-hmm. You move, you get up, using it as a railing, kind of move down just a little bit more, a few steps, and then pause. And at that point, maybe within about 5-10 seconds after you pause, you can see they both kind of start walking in your direction. Maybe about 15 paces in, one of them says something to the other, and then just kind of like stops there and just kind of watches as the first one kind of continues on towards you. He gets, how close are you? Well, let's see. How close are you going to let him get? Because right now when you notice that when they break like that, they're probably about 70 feet away from you at this point. So how close are you going to let the first one... Because it looks like he's coming in your direction.
Yeah.
How close are you going to let him get before you do something? Whether that's to stand up or to speak or whatever.
Okay. About 20 or 30 paces. When he gets away, I'm going to pull myself off the fence. And I'm going to quick step it, holding my guts... Like I'm going around the corner of the livery, right? So that it will separate me from the person that held back. Okay. And when I round that corner, like I'm getting ready to heave, I'll even make a retching sound, and I'll turn the corner, and I'm going to go back against the wall.
All
I'm going to try to go back against the wall. And wait for him to come around.
You thought you might have heard something, but it was kind of mixed in with your own footsteps. So
I wouldn't have heard anything.
Well, you couldn't make out. That was the thing, is that your hard of hearing blended it in there together, so you're not entirely sure.
I forgot about that.
So you're kind of there. You got your back against the wall. Make me a notice check, and this is hearing based, so by all means, please apply the penalty. I believe it would be a -2. Do you need?
Actually, no, I've got it here.
Do you? All right.
2, -2 from notice checks here.
Does that also add the -1?
Oh yeah, and -1, yes, because you are still slightly inebriated.
There we go.
Said,
-3. How much do I want to make this?
Blue lets you add a D6 and reroll?
The blue, no, it's one or the other. The blue would let you add 1d6 to the roll. And then I would not get to draw a chip because it's not a red. So you'd be able to add 1d6 to that 5, and then, or you could straight up spend it as a reroll.
But you might need that to shoot.
Yep, I am hard of hearing. I am inebriated. No, totally makes sense that I would fail this.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right.
Failure.
Okay. So... So you're standing there. You don't have a gun drawn, do you?
Oh, no.
Okay, you're just kind of standing there. All right. So, kind of just as a surprise, the guy kind of appears around the corner, and
that I'm heading towards.
Because you're right. You're kind of basically like right around this corner, right?
Yep. I was heading around that corner.
Yep. With your back to the wall. Okay. So he kind of comes around the corner. He just like comes into your view, and he kind of looks at you. You all right there, sir?
Now that I can get a good look at him, is he wearing a badge, anything like that?
No badge. He is. He's got kind of just a regular kind of rugged work shirt on, a vest, He's got kind of a thinner little mustache.
Is this the time I point out that being drunk in public is an actual offense?
I'll,
he doesn't look like he's got any weapons on him.
okay.
You okay?
I'm gonna basically arm around his neck.
Oh,
If you,
all right.
Yeah, I'm heading right over there. Thanks for helping an old man across the street.
You're more than welcome, and I think you're going to the right place. Let me help you in there. I don't recognize you. You just get into town.
Just got off the train.
Really? Oh, well, probably a good idea to get yourself cleaned up. Where are you staying at? You gonna need help getting back?
No. I think I can make it back to Gentry's number 6, no problem.
Oh, you're in Gentry's. Oh, good for you. Good for you. That's a nice place.
Yeah, cats and I really don't get along.
Oh, so you went into Tabby's.
Well, I heard about it.
Oh, yeah. A lot of cats in there. Yeah, got to be kind of a cat person to like that place. So, what brings you? What brings you into town then? Here,
I thought it would have been obvious.
Well, I mean, what to get cleaned up? I mean, there's baths everywhere.
No. I enjoyed a good night's drinking, and I'm going to get me a bath before bed. I mean, what else is there more to life?
Well, yeah, you got that right. All right. Well, don't let me stand in your way. Go ahead and Sandy and her crew here will.
Much obliged, son.
Absolutely, sir.
Thanks for keeping an eye on weary strangers.
That's right. We've had a lot of people come through here of late, so it kind of pats you on the back and kind of gives you a little push. You see him kind of walk off. But you were able to easily, stumble /walk /fake walk into Sandy's.
Check my wallet when I get to Sandy's.
Everything's intact.
Okay.
You haven't lost any of your stuff. You walk in, and the first thing that hits you is there's a lot of smells in here.
Oh yeah.
And it's kind of a mixture, almost depending upon where you're standing. It's like either jasmine or sandalwood or lavender, and it's just kind of a mix. Almost kind of gets you in the stomach a little bit. And
what's a medicine woman running this place?
You hear kind of a gruffer female voice say, "Nope, just me." She's got like 2 towels, one over each shoulder, and she kind of walks out. She's a very swarthy-looking woman, and it's like you came to the right place. Looking for a bath?
Hot bath to soak and maybe throw some salt in it.
Definitely can do that. She says, "There's nothing more attractive than a man who smells nice. By all means, if you want to take a whiff over some of our, we got some of those, got some of the incense from the Chinese Iron Dragon. They brought that in. You want to pick one? We'll put that in and around your bathroom if you'd like. It's only an extra 5 cents to the cost of the bath. Somebody dressed like yourself."
I don't need any fancy stuff like that. Well, whatever you think. Throw whatever in.
Hard or soft scrub brush there? Good sir.
Hard.
All right. You want to take your bath?
Got to get in all these wrinkles.
Yeah. You don't look that old. You just look more trail age than anything else.
Wow, that's mighty kind of you.
She kind of actually, she puts her hand on your face and she's like moving your face side to side. She goes, "Shave?"
Yeah.
All right.
Can you do that?
Okay.
Maybe a trim on the hair too?
Well, I can get you the scissors if you want to cut it yourself. My girls, they're not necessarily the best at cutting hair. They can shave. Now that leads me to my next question. You bathing yourself or do you need a little assistance?
I don't think I've had that much to drink. I'll be able to handle it myself.
All right. I'm sorry. You said hard or soft scrub?
Hard.
Hard. All right. Okay. Kelly. Gosh dang it. She's hard of hearing. Okay. Take this man. Take him down to, I think, room number 3 is open. And go get him in there. I'll bring the stuff in. You go get the water. Yes. So she kind of, this way. She's got this big towel. And she's, "Here's your towel." She takes you into room 3. She looks like she's probably in her late teens or something like that. I'm going to bring your water in. As you were leaving, she said, she yelled, "Oh, hey, forgot to ask you. Are you shaving yourself, or did you need a shave? I mean, did you want Sally to shave you?
I can shave myself.
Or Shelly to shave you? Gosh damn it. You all right? All right. Shelly, get him his blade. All right. So Sandy, who you assume is Sandy, she goes off.
Or Shelly.
Shelly goes and gets your water, starts bringing it in. She brings in. She's got 2 large buckets. She starts filling it up. Takes her about almost maybe about a good 5 minutes to get it filled. But then she comes in with a little bonus kind of thing. You kind of hear this creaking noise like a bad wheelbarrow. She comes and she knocks on you. Are you in the tub yet, or are you still decent?
Come on in. I ain't been decent in a long time.
So she kind of opens the door and she hesitantly looks in. She sees that you still have clothes on, so she opens up the way. And then so she takes out this really thick rag and it covers kind of both her hands. She starts scooping these really hot rocks. And she tucks them in around the base of your tub. And you can feel, so the room has already gotten pretty hot from the water as it is anyway. Hard brushes on the right. And then I'm going to go get your blade. And I already gave you your towel. Soap's over there. Yeah.
Okay. I'll crawl in the tub.
All right.
Long John's on.
Okay.
Put the little board across the tub that's got mirror and table on it, or the blade once it comes in.
Yep. And Sandy brings that, or no, Shelly brings the blade in, and then Sandy comes in at the same time, and she's not necessarily concerned about. You wearing your long johns?
Yeah.
All right. She sprinkles some stuff in your water. There you go. You keep going, I guess. She just shuts the door behind you.
Scrubbing your back with your long johns on.
Joshua's a never nude. So anyway, yes, you're scrubbing, you're shaving. You got the board set up. You're doing all that. Okay.
Yep.
All right. It's whatever it was that she sprinkled in your tub. Only takes a couple of minutes and just starts kind of filling. It's almost like a menthol kind of eucalyptus kind of thing, and it feels kind of good. It kind of gets up into your nostrils and your sinuses, and it's a very cleansing kind of feel. But and your bath stays warmer a lot longer.
The rocks.
Because of the rocks, and you expected it to.
Yep. It won't soak until it starts going cold.
Okay.
At least what you can feel through your long johns.
Oh, I can't wait to get this greenhorn out to bathe in the river. See him out there without his long johns on.
I'm so tempted to have just a random gunfighter up just to see you run around in wet long johns. But no, we're so
No one wants to kill us yet.
no, not yet. Soon.
That's right.
But yeah, you're in there for at least a good hour.
Yep.
If not longer. You're well pruned by the time, but it feels good, especially once you get your face shaved off and that menthol kind of gets into your pores there. And
Aching joints. Sitting on the train. Detox a little bit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then head back to the hotel.
All right. Are you walking back in your white long johns, or are you putting your clothes on over your?
Put my pants on.
Okay.
Carrying my shirt and vest over my arm with the long john top on.
All right.
And then of course hat goes on the head.
Yeah.
And I'll strap on 6-iron as well.
All right.
That's how I'm walking back. And as I'm walking back, I'm going to take more notice of kind of the layout of the town.
Okay.
Figure out where, if I was going to buy like a fresh shirt, where that would be in town, things like that.
Probably, at least on that main street, there is a tailor shop, but best you can tell, it looks like there's like a general store at the end of the far street.
Okay.
That's probably where you're going to go. By the time you come out, it is dark, And so there is somebody who's like lighting up a couple street lamps. You get about halfway back to Tabby's, and you hear a semi-familiar voice. How'd they feel? It's the guy who helped you. He's like across the street, and he's just kind of sitting on a chair. He's got his feet up on the hitching post, and he's smoking. Is that good? Did they clean you up good?
It was good. Feel 100% better.
That's good. That's good. Excellent. Excellent. You off to bed then?
Maybe around the cards first.
Oh, that's fair. There's plenty of people playing cards down at Tabby's.
I'll check that out. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
And this is July.
It is July.
Hot days.
It is
Dry nights. Sweet. Perfect time to walk in a wet shirt.
Are you going to walk into Tabby's, or are you going to walk into...
Well, he said Tabby's had a card game.
Okay.
So I'll walk down to Tabby's.
All right. You get there probably right about the time that Porter is just kind of saying his goodbyes to the cowhead there.
I'll make note.
She
Totally don't notice him.
you kind of where do you go once you come in? Let's do it that way.
Well, I'm gonna step in, and with my back through the saloon doors, I'm gonna kind of look around like I'm looking for a game. Mm-hmm. Spot him, and you said I noticed that she was heading up stairs after.
You kind of see them saying a little goodbye, shaking hands.
So I'll head over to that table and slap him on the back a little bit. I'll sit down in the chair next to him and be like, "You working fast?
What?
You already got a date for tonight, huh?"
What? No. What? What are you talking about?
So how'd the cards treat you?
It was all right. Didn't make that much. I mean, I made enough. Are you sober?
Am I ever truly sober?
Are you
I'm
sober
better.
for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Sober for you.
So what do you think?
What do you want to handle in the morning?
I'd like to talk with Mr. Deere
Okay.
because of note.
Yeah. So I reckon if I was Mr. Thomas, I'd be looking for a paycheck tomorrow, maybe.
Oh. You're right.
Services provided and tendered on all that.
How much do you think he wants?
I don't have any idea. Hope you want enough tonight to cover it.
I think we'll be okay. Is there anything you need while we're here? If we're going southwest.
Oh, nothing I need. Something you might need. Get you a real gun.
This again.
We could always pick you up, street sweeper.
I mean, I do have the shotgun upstairs.
All right.
I mean, at least that way I can hit something.
Yep, that's true.
So I was talking to Penny. It was my date.
Give him a wink when he says penny.
And she said down to the southwest, there were reports of, well, she wasn't too sure. She said bandits, maybe Sioux, bears. But
It's hard to get a bear and a Sioux messed up.
right. So I'm not sure exactly what she's warning about, but
I wonder if it's more like the incident on the train.
that's what I was thinking too. I wonder if someone's trying to keep people away. Because I have no idea what we're getting into, but man, is it fun!
Yep. Just remember, fun can be dangerous.
Right? Is there anything
That makes it more fun.
Is there anything I should get before we? I guess do we know if there's any towns or something down that direction?
In that area, you don't. There probably is a couple of small towns, but nothing.
So you're planning on walking, right?
I need a horse, don't I?
I brought mine.
I know. I helped. It's probably gonna need a horse. Or
Now, if you can't afford a horse, you might be able to find a mule.
that's not that funny.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
It's going to be interesting seeing you outside the city.
why?
Just is.
I think I'll be okay. Is there a reason you think I won't be okay?
No reason.
So after we talk with Mr. Deere and get Gregory whatever he needs, we just want to head out.
Sounds good to me.
Should we buy rations or anything like that? Some jerky? Or
We can pick up some fresh coffee and beans.
is that? Do you need? I mean, you seem to have your own fuel source over there.
Well, after sleeping on the hard ground, good cup of coffee in the morning helps wake you up, straighten your back out.
All right. I may, in light of my lack of horse, I may have to play another game here tonight.
My lack of horse.
I may have to go over to Gentry's. I'd like to see Mr. Blondecoat for myself, too. But on that, I'll probably go to bed after that.
All right, well, hand me the key. I'll let you in.
I still have the key, right? I didn't
You
lose
do
it.
still have the key. You did not lose the key. You're definitely good there.
All right.
So, did I hear you say you're going to go over to Gentry's number 6?
I am indeed.
All right, and you're going to go to bed?
Yep.
All right.
Just where I wanted to go.
So you go into Gentry's number 6. Very similar. I mean, it's obviously the layout is a little bit different. It's a little bit larger,
Okay.
and it seems a bit more ruckus, but only in the sense that it's just louder. I mean, it's not like people are getting in fights and railings are breaking or whatever as people are getting punched. Yeah, it's just a bit more lively of an atmosphere going on here. There are quite a few more tables, and it looks like there's probably about 3/4 of them got games going on.
Okay.
Make me a notice roll.
5.
5. One thing that does catch your eye, maybe because of what you had just said before you left, you do see on one of the tables there is a gentleman sitting there, and he has very, very bright blonde hair. And it is like just greased and pulled back, just tight against his head. So it's just like it's almost kind of the blonde equivalent of your New Jersey Guido kind of guy, where it's just super, just real creamed back to nobody's business, and almost to the point where it looks like there's like slight wings on his side. So he comes back. But it doesn't doesn't mold into his head yet, but it splays out a little bit there. He wears a pair of spectacles that
He doesn't need.
And they're actually like drooped low on his nose. And he's got a high collar. Well, he's sitting, so you can't tell, but he is wearing a jacket, and it's got this funky high collar kind of thing going on. In a lot of ways, it looks like, Bash the Stampede, right?
Yeah.
Yes. It's very similar to that, but without so much of the anime hair.
The spikes.
Yes, without the spikes. And his coat is not red. It's a little bit dusty and dirty, but you can tell there's definitely white underneath there. Not too far behind him are two larger gentlemen. They just kind of stand, they're just kind of leaning. Clearly they're gunmen of some sorts. But you can tell... You've seen this enough in your travels that they obviously belong to Blondecoat.
Yeah.
There are a few people sitting at his table, He is not playing poker, however.
Okay.
He is playing dominoes.
So does my gambling still cover dominoes?
That's a good question. I would say it might be adaptable to dominoes, but you probably would.
I'd probably have a much harder time cheating at
You would have a much harder time cheating with that. I would say that you probably would get caught cheating maybe on...
Get rid of the card sharp ability, which would mean as long as I roll a 1, I would get caught cheating. That's the normal.
A card sharp means you have to get 1 on both dice, right?
Right, but if it's just... if it's normal gambling, it's like his death thing. If I roll a 1...
On the skill dice.
I
That's
get
fair.
caught.
That's fair.
I'm not playing dominoes.
Okay.
I'm cautious.
All right.
First off, I have no way of justifying any talk I would have with him.
Okay.
I don't know enough about the area. I couldn't bluff my way through it, so I'm going to find a nice, safe card game.
All right, then do this. Why don't you make me a gambling roll, and let's test.
I'd like to find a nice high stakes one if I could too.
Well, and okay, so are you looking for something that's higher stakes, or are you looking for easy marks?
I'm going to look for something that's Screw it, I'm going to look for something that's a little higher stakes.
All right. So, yeah, go ahead and make me a gambling roll.
How about a 2?
You got chips over there if you want
You
to.
do got chips over there.
Unfortunately, I was going to save them for during the gambling roll. So I guess I'll just have to stick with what I find with the 2 this time.
With the 2?
Yeah.
All right.
Just kind of scope out, see where the biggest money's being transferred that's not dominoes.
Okay. All
Trying to
right.
get in over my head.
You find a table.
Sweet.
Where there is definitely there is money being passed around.
Perfect.
These guys, they look very serious, and you clearly are going to be the best dressed person at the table.
All right. I fit right in, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you're like a glove. You're just you fit in.
Evening, gentlemen.
They're all kind of like looking down. It is the evening. You are correct. Can we help you with something there, Dandy?
Think you could deal me in?
One of the guys at the table just kind of. I don't know, Dandy. You got enough? $15 to just sit at the table.
I will pull out $15. I'm very careful not to show how much I have as I do this.
They kind of like look around, eye each other, look up at you. All right, Dandy, the seat's yours.
Thank you.
So, I would bring somebody as well dressed as yourself into our little town of Worthington, Minnesota.
Oh, I've just got off the train.
That's obvious. We haven't seen.
Is it that obvious?
Well, your suit's still clean.
Thank you.
Wait, did you say the train today?
Yes. It was the train today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the one that got. That was the one that got hit by them Sioux, wasn't it?
You are almost correct.
Well, it didn't. I mean, we talked to a couple people that said that the Sioux came in. They raided that train. They took somebody or something off of the train.
You're right. Someone did get taken.
Ooh.
But I was on one of the cars that they popped in on,
Okay.
and I heard this old man, and he kept saying that they weren't sued.
That they weren't Sioux.
That's correct.
When we talked to people, they said that they had the leather pants and the tomahawks, and they had the face paint, and they were all done up, all Indian-like.
But you see, he actually talked to them, but not like in Indian speak.
The old man talked to him.
Yes.
Oh, he talked to him just like you, as if you and I were exchanging words right now.
That's right.
So what you're saying is that those Sioux then spoke the English language and not their native Sioux tongue. Is that what you're telling me?
That's correct.
I see.
Can I make a notice check?
Yes, you may.
Can I see if he looks like any of the guys
Yeah.
on the train?
Sure.
4.
4. He does not
Okay.
look like that.
Thank you.
Interesting. So, well then, of course, if this old man, as you put it, was correct, then that would lead one to believe that if they spoke English, and this old man claimed that they were not Sioux, for whatever reasons he claimed that they were not Sioux.
He had a lot of reasons. I don't really remember them right now. It was kind of a scary moment.
It always seems like old men have lots of reasons for many things.
He was a good shot.
He took a shot at these Sioux.
Yes.
Or these supposedly Sioux.
Yes.
So, shall we call them supposed Sioux? I like the idea.
That is a good... And it has great... It sounds good.
It does sound good. Supposed Sioux. Yes, I think I like the sound of that. He kind of pours himself a shot to reward himself for his own cleverness. So these supposed Sioux that this old man shot. So you must have been in the same car.
Shot at. No, wait. He did kill. I was in the same car.
Oh, all right.
That's why I heard him talking.
And so he shot both of them?
He shot one. I think he shot the other one. I know he shot one for sure, but I can't remember if he shot the other one.
And did he down this supposed Sioux when he shot him?
He did.
He did. You kind of hear one of the other guys at the table.
Of course, he couldn't have been on the guy on the train. It's all coming back to me now.
When you answer that question, you hear one of the other card players who's not talking.
Yes.
He just kind of goes, "Good. We're gonna play soon." Just 1 minute, Bartholomew. The dandy gentleman is relating a story. It would be rude to cut him off in the middle of his tale that he is telling us to play another hand of cards, which we have been playing, by the way, Bartholomew, I will remind you, for the past 3 hours. And
really?
You, as someone who has been losing more than he is winning, I am surprised, Bartholomew, that you would want to continue this effort, futile as it is. Please, Dandy, continue with your story. This old man shot one of the Sioux, downed
Supposed Sioux.
Supposed Sioux, my apologies, downed him, and now, what happened next?
I mean, he kicked the supposed Sioux out the train. Like, kicked or threw, tossed him off the train.
Was the train in motion at this time?
The train was indeed in motion.
That would be a brutal way to go.
I mean, if he wasn't dead from being shot.
Indeed, that's true. That's true. You did not see where he hit him when he shot him, did you?
I cannot remember.
I suppose all of these things happened very quickly.
Very quickly, and it was a pretty frightening experience.
Oh, I see. Not a lot of exposure to violence.
No.
Ah, well, I find that heartening. And he kind of like leans forward a little bit, and you can see his jacket that he was wearing was kind of hiding it, but he kind of leans forward, and his sleeves go down a little bit. You can tell that he's got some tattoos there. You didn't see this before. His forearms are just like thick.
Okay.
They're just like ham hocks, and he kind of leans forward, and that's good because violence can be a scary thing, and you get into situations where violence could be caused, and it really is not good for anybody on either side, the person causing the violence, nor the recipient of said violence. I'm sorry, but please continue with what happened then. I'm fascinated by your story. Bartholomew kind of grunts again. Oh, gosh.
Well, there's not much left to it.
So the Sioux problem, or the supposed Sioux problem, was taken care of. At least in the car that you were in.
That's correct.
I see. So what do you know of was something or someone taken? Did the supposed Sioux achieve their objective?
I'm not sure. I apologize.
So you did not see, because I heard that a man was taken.
It's possible, but like I said, I only saw bits and pieces of it. It was easier to listen to it than it was to actually see it.
As you tell a very interesting story, Dandy, and I am glad that you have come to sit at our table to not only play cards, but regale us with this amazing tale of exploits. It must have been very exciting for you.
It was, yes.
Well, I think I have pried into your thoughts and memories enough for, at least right now, let's say we play some cards.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Bartholomew, are you ready now to finally play some cards? I've been waiting for the past 10 minutes, you damn bastard. I'll take that as a yes. Bartholomew? So shall we play some cards?
Let us play some cards.
Excellent. All right. You want to do the card thing, and then have you be an NPC, or do you want to roll dice and just?
We can roll.
We can roll.
Yeah.
All right. Would you like to know what the stakes are before we roll?
Absolutely.
All right. Brent, would you please roll a d4 and add 3 to it? Gosh, we keep getting wins. All right. We shall start off low to gauge your appropriate skill level, Dandy, to see if you would need to stay at this table. Now, all 3 of us here are skilled card players, and we certainly wouldn't want to take advantage of someone fresh off the train in the derogatory sense, not to say that that is what you are.
I thank you kindly.
Of course, of course. And then once we have established your skill level, then we shall proceed to higher stakes.
All right.
All right. If you would be so kind as to roll a d6 for Bartholomew, I shall roll the other dice for the other individuals.
I'm totally cheating, by the way.
I totally expect you to cheat. Bartholomew's pissed because he just got a 1.
6.
Okay, so not the guy who was talking, but the other guy came up the winner on this one.
Oh.
And he takes plenty of Bartholomew's money. Because
Nice.
you ended up in the middle with the guy who was talking, who got a 7.
Oh, so I hand him over $4.
You hand him over $4.
All right, I can do that.
So you play for about a half an hour in this way. Gentlemen, I think I speak for all of us when it seems here that Dandy is of an appropriate level of skill and cardsmanship, shall we say, that he can continue to play with us.
I'm honored.
Ah, excellent. Is there any disagreement in this? Bartholomew, you seem to be the most angry here. Bartholomew, I will take your silence as a vote of confidence in Dandy's ability. So, let us commence some more card playing. If you'd be so kind as to roll the stakes. Hello! There we go. So we're talking $7?
That's right.
Okay, no, but this die roll does not explode. Although, if we go with third hand, that might be kind of fun to do that. So we're looking at $7.
All right.
And are you totally cheating when you?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, good.
Okay, good.
All right. Ooh, all right.
Oh, that's perfect.
Ooh, Bartholomew.
Oh, no. With the stakes this high, I'm going to
Roll add a d6 to it. Yes, sir.
17.
17. Okay, first of all, you spin a red chip. I do get to draw. I get a point. All right, 17. The lowest, I have 2 5s, and you have an 11. All right, so you basically get a 5, and then you get a 5, right? That's how we would, or no?
No, I would get 12 times 4.
So no, but I mean, you beat one of these guys, right?
Yeah. That's
Okay,
right,
and then okay, so let's.
So the
just
difference of you and them would be what?
12.
Okay, and that's times 7. Because it was 4 plus 3, right?
Right, because
Oh,
you got 17. Yeah, 17, and you got a 5, so you beat them. Yeah, so okay. This is Talker.
I have to choose who I'm taking it
This
from
is the other
here.
guy. So since they both got 5s, we're going to choose and see who you beat. We'll give this a percentage roll. So 50 and under, it's Talker.
Okay.
Thick forearm man.
Yes.
Red is first, of course.
Well,
So
doesn't matter.
So it was. Yeah, it's true. It doesn't matter. So yes, you take Talker's money. And how much was that? You did the math on that?
12 times 7?
Like,
$96.
$96.
It's almost a horse.
Well, it's at least an El Cheapo horse.
That's right.
84. 12 times 7, 84.
Oh, it's 84.
84.
All right.
I didn't expect that last hand to go that way.
I don't think I expected that last hand to go that way either. And Bartholomew, before I continue talking to Dandy, let me congratulate you.
I was going to say, he'd want a decent amount too.
That's right. I want to congratulate you on your recovery from this evening's earlier debacle of your card playing. You have easily gotten back a good percentage of what you lost, and I'm proud of you, Bartholomew. I'm proud of you. Dandy, you've taken a lot of money from me in these past couple of hands, especially this last hand.
It was run of luck. I didn't do great for a while there.
Now, a less noble man than me would probably accuse you of hustling this table and being dishonorable and doing things that more upstanding men wouldn't do. A cheat. Liar.
Are you calling me a cheat?
I did not. I said a less noble man.
Oh, that is true. You're right. You are not.
Yeah. You need to listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth, Dandy.
I can understand the words.
I'm sorry, Bartholomew, what was that?
Nothing. We gonna play another game?
I have enough, I think, that I could do one more hand or two. And the evening is coming late, and me and my compatriots do need to be somewhere tomorrow. But would you like to play another hand or two?
Would you like me to play another hand or two?
Now, Dandy, just because of the fact that you asked me that, I tell you what, I am going to buy you a bottle of the middle shelf whiskey.
Okay.
Top shelf, I honestly only save for family and my close friends. And you and I, of course, has been well established, have just met.
That is understandable.
Give me the middle shelf. The Rottenweilers. Yes. Good. Yes, and I would like it now. Thank you. So, but that is a very generous question of you to ask of me. So the answer, of course, to your inquiry is yes, I would like to play another hand or two.
Then I'd be happy to play another hand or two.
Excellent. Before you do that, make me a notice roll.
All right. 3.
3. All right. You do not notice that. Okay, let's play one last round. By all means, please, let's see what the stakes are for this one. Here we go again. $7 stakes.
Does it explode for this one?
Do we want it to explode for this one?
That's totally up for the GM. It's going to change what I do depending on how much money's at stake.
All right, we'll let it explode at least once. So in other words, this would be the once. All right, so we're at $5 or $8.
So it's about the same. Okay.
All right. Yes, let us commence play.
Everybody's playing a little harder, knowing it's the last hand, trying to get their money back.
Exactly. Are you going to totally cheat this hand? Or this roll?
Yeah, I have confidence in myself.
All right. And you also have 2 red chips. So.
I do. It does help, but...
All right, let's roll. Bartholomew, roll up, buddy.
You rolled really low, I can tell. This is not going to end well. Okay.
What did you get?
11.
11. You got a 5.
Is it going to be thick forearms? I rolled like a 2.
Here's what other guy rolled.
Oh!
And here's what thick arms rolled. Oh! They both rolled the same number again.
Bartholomew.
Yes. So, let's see whose money you took. Did you take thick arms, or did you take the other guys? Again, 0 through 50, it's thick arms. And you took thick arms money, which is fantastic.
So that was 8, right?
That was 8. And you beat him by 10?
Yeah, another $80, you know?
Okay. You can Bartholomew.
He's up 74.
He's up 74.
Oh, nice. I'm only up 164.
So
That'll buy a horse.
It will.
It's almost a saddle.
This went through about 3 or 4 hands.
Yeah.
And
just 3 or 4, huh?
This last round.
Okay.
So about halfway through the second, or after the end of the second hand, Thick Arms took off his coat. because you can
he's showing all his guns.
He's showing his regular guns, and you're able to tell you're beginning to frustrate him. Because he was having clearly was having a bad run.
Oh, really?
His fortunes have turned decidedly south since you arrived. Specifically since you arrived. So you finish up the last hand, and you're kind of pulling your money over. He kind of puts his hand on top of your hands, and you didn't realize how large his hands were.
I'm not a big person.
Yeah. As long as we're at the last hand here, and just before you leave, Dandy, Bartholomew, I want to once again congratulate you. I believe you have, and correct me if I'm wrong, Patrick, I believe that Bartholomew has regained everything that he has lost from the earlier portions of this evening. So Bartholomew, it seems that Dandy here is your living good luck charm. And you should be grateful, I think, in a certain respect to Dandy here for his arrival. On the other hand, you have been nothing but bad luck for me since you arrived at our table. Now, I fully admit that it was of my own choosing to have you come and sit here. So, I am willing to accept the responsibility of my actions. But at the same time, I think it might be good if perhaps... What do you think of that, by the way?
That's actually really good. I've never had anything that good.
It is very good. It's one of my favorites.
How much did that cost?
I think a bottle of that runs about $4.
For my whiskey?
Well, now that's very generous of you to pay me back for that, and I think that's a good place to start. So now, I would not be so rude or so bold as to say, like some other there's stories that you might hear and there about people who demand money back. Because clearly, I've been watching you close, Dandy, and I have to confess that I believe that you did not cheat once this entire time, which is good. Because I do know that Bartholomew does cheat from time to time, and so I know Patrick has been watching him as well, and I believe Bartholomew did not cheat. But we'll let the two of them settle that out on their own time and on their own terms. But I do not think that you cheated. But yes, this was a good start. Now, maybe we could call it a table tax of some sort for the privilege of being able to sit here and being able to play with us.
With fine gentlemen like yourself?
Yes, of course.
Absolutely.
So, you told us a very good and exciting tale, which I appreciated very much. You reimbursed me for the cost of the whiskey, which you certainly did not have to do, but I appreciate that as well. I think $15 would suffice as a good and honorable tax for this table. What do you think about that, Dandy?
I'm gonna sit back, look from Bartholomew to Patrick. I didn't catch your name.
You know, you are correct this whole time, and I have to apologize. I've been calling you Dandy this whole time because you didn't stop me and change it, so I figured I had guessed right. Out of all the names in God's earth, I had guessed the correct name.
You wouldn't believe this, but that is my family name.
Is it?
It is.
Looks like my luck may be turning around. I cannot believe. Is it really?
It is indeed.
Well, that is truly amazing. My apologies. I did not give you my name. My name is Andrew. It is a pleasure to meet you. Now, I know that I called you Dandy. Most people do call me Andy, and you may call me that if you'd like.
If it's okay with you, I would love to, Andy.
Excellent. I appreciate that.
So you said $15?
That was what I feel is probably would be a fair a fair tax for the table. for a newcomer such as yourself.
I think that makes perfect sense. I intruded on your game,
Oh, it wasn't an intrusion.
but you were not intending on me being here, so it
were
makes perfect sense that I should pay a tax.
Excellent, excellent. You are extremely reasonable.
You were quite well spoken. I couldn't refute any of your arguments.
Well, thank you. I'll take that as a wonderful compliment from a man such as yourself. And a skilled card player, I might add.
This is quite possibly the best run of luck I've had in years.
I would like to say I've been happy to have been a part of that, but my wallet might disagree with me.
That is true, unfortunately.
Yes. You going to hand him 50?
Absolutely, I'm going to add in $15.
Right. He looks at it and he looks at you and he shakes your hand, or assuming you're going to shake his hand.
I will shake his hand with the money in it.
Oh, excellent. All right. Enjoy the rest of your whiskey there, sir.
I will, thank you very much.
Gentlemen, I think that it is time for me to retire for the evening. Bartholomew, Patrick, we'll see you in the morning. For victuals, I'm going to go to bed. He kind of slides up out of his chair and he walks. Are you going to stay at the table or are you going to...
Oh, no, I'm going to finish my whiskey and get out of there. I don't want him to change his mind.
Not bad.
Yeah, I made it out of there quite
Not bad at all.
much heavier pockets. I will finish my whiskey, Bartholomew, Patrick, and then I will head out.
All right.
Head back to Tabby's.
As you walk back, you hear Patrick kind of mutter to Bartholomew, "I think you did cheat."
Bartholomew's.
All right.
So let's see. How much did I
So
make out
did
of
you
it?
actually just go back to your room and go to sleep, or was there...
Yeah, sleeping it off. getting
Sleeping
ready
it
for
all
tomorrow.
off. All right. It is surprisingly comfortable. The sleep and the bed.
One bed, right?
It was just one bed. Nope.
Just so you know, we now have $348 on us. Yeah, I think it's time to take me and my big wallet back up to the...
How you getting in?
I'm knocking very loudly.
So the next morning you find yourself downstairs at Tabby's having breakfast. It is, you got some biscuits and gravy. And you've got, absolutely, you've got coffee. Nice, good, strong coffee. Yeah, it's strong. I can't testify as to how well it tastes, but it is strong. As well as some bacon on the side, or at least some ham slices anyway. And you've been down there just kind of waking up. You're probably got a little, not a hangover headache, but you probably have a headache because your body's demanding alcohol. But you're sitting there eating, and Mr. Gregory, right? Gregory Thompson? Yes, Thomas. Gregory Thomas, sorry.
Is it Thomas or
Thomas.
Okay.
He comes in the morning. Good morning, gentlemen. He kind of pulls up his chair and sits down.
Good morning.
I hope the accommodations were to your liking.
It was a little hairy. The cats.
I slept like that.
Yes, the cats. You slept good? Okay. Yes. Yeah, I know. That could be a problem. It's I figured that
That's fine.
We'll just
It
sleep
worked.
that way.
I slept well.
Oh, good. And looks like you've got breakfast. Excellent. I have been able to locate a couple of different guides in the area, and the Mister Deer
Yes.
that you were speaking to. I found him as well. I told them to.
Did it start raining?
Well, it's a little overcast outside, but I don't know. I don't think. Maybe there is some on the way. But anyway, I found them. I told them I would come to check to make sure that you were here, and I'll go back and I'll find each individual one and tell them to send them this way if that works for you.
I think that would be okay. Do we want to start with Mr. Deer? If he's here, of course.
Well, yeah, all three of them are here.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you have one question for you, Mr. Thomas?
Yes, sir.
How'd that novel end for you?
It was good. It just as I was kind of hoping for. There was a twist. I thought it had been. I thought for sure that it was going to that the murderer was going to be the professor from Cambridge. I thought for sure it had been him because he had motive. He had motive. He was jealous, and he had all manner of reason to go and do the killing. But it turned out to be the heir to the coal fortune, the coal magnate in the book. His son turned out to be the murderer. Did not see that coming. It was truly. I didn't drop the book this time. I did that with his last one, but I did not this time. But it was very rewarding. It was very rewarding. I'll have to. I can give you my copy if you'd like. You could take it with you.
Know how it ends now.
Oh, that's right. I'm really sorry about that. I should have just said the book was good and just left it at that. I feel so foolish. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it wouldn't do you much good then if you knew that.
It's fine, Gregory.
Yeah, I may end up rereading it now to see what clues I missed along the way.
That's true. It'll help going back over it so you can see where your logic differs from theirs.
Yes, yeah, that's a good point. I'll have a long enough train ride to go do that, so it might be worth it.
Speaking of Gregory,
yes,
we weren't sure. Mister Ingersol,
yes,
didn't say how much you were supposed to be paid for this.
Oh, no. My fee's been taken care of. I'm assuming that he did give you money for the guide, didn't he?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah. So.
Well, Derek, I'm going to reach in. Let's go with $20.
Oh, you're going to give Gregory?
I'm going to give Gregory $20. Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Well, but I mean, like I said, I have been paid.
Yes, but things changed so rapidly, and you recovered very well for it.
Oh, well, just doing my job, I guess. But I appreciate the recognition, sirs. It's mighty kind of you. I'll put this to good use. Was there one that you wanted to meet with first?
Mr. Deere?
Mr. Deere.
Mr. Deere?
I will go and find Mr. Deere.
All right.
Within about 10 minutes, a gentleman enters Tabby's, and people have been coming in and out this whole time. There's still plenty of activity going on in here. The woman behind the bar, by the way.
Oh, was it a new one or same one?
No, same one. She does not have her wig on this time. She's wigless at the moment, and she definitely does not look like a morning person, but she's still being relatively pleasant. So within about 10 minutes, this gentleman comes in. Clearly, he's native. He's got that facial structure, the skin tone, all of that. He has very long and straight black hair. It probably goes down past his shoulders, and it's evenly parted down the middle, and just kind of drapes over there. And he's actually very well dressed, comparative to almost what you got on, Porter. He's got a nice suit on. He does have. He's not wearing shoes. He does have a nice pair of boots on, and he does not carry a sidearm, but he does have it looks like he's got a couple of knives at his side, and then one thing that you didn't notice from the angle that he was standing when he first came in, he kind of turned, and he kind of has a funky looking tomahawk type holster, which keeps a single tomahawk kind of onto his right thigh. He kind of looks around the room, spots the two of you almost immediately, so he comes walking over.
How much do I stand out right now?
You stand out enough.
Okay.
Let's just put it that way. There's nobody. I mean, there are other people in here who do have suits. None of them are as clean as yours. I mean, yours is starting to get a little dirty, but it's still easily the cleanest duds in the room, with the exception probably of his long johns, which were thoroughly scrubbed last night.
They were.
Are you young and Holt?
That's correct.
I'm going to pull my pipe out and my tobacco pouch, and I'm going to start packing the pipe while he's talking.
He pulls a chair and sits down. I am Runza Deer. Thomas said you were looking for guides.
That's correct.
Why are you looking for a guide to go to the southwest?
We are looking to visit the mounds down there.
You are. Why?
Because we believe time is of the essence.
For what? What reasons? The mounds aren't going anywhere.
But other people are also heading there.
All right. When do you want to leave?
When do you think you can be ready?
And can you get a horse?
When I get a horse,
You will pay me.
of course.
How much will you pay me?
80.
You pay me 90. We run into trouble? Pay me 100.
Yeah, why don't we just pay you 100 to start with?
100?
Okay.
I'll finish packing the pipe, pull a match out, and set it on the table like I'm offering it to him. And as I put that across the table, I'll say, certain sites should be protected, yes?
Of course. You are there just to see these sites, is that it? Or you are here to protect those sites?
Could be both.
He kind of reaches over and grabs the pipe and the match. I'll wait at the edge of town. You find your horse. My tent is out there.
Okay.
Bring the money. And he keeps the pipe.
No, okay.
Just takes the pipe. Well, we'll be seeing him again anyways. I have no idea what we're doing. Yes, that's in character.
Well, it's about time you admitted it. We're getting you a story.
We are.
Most stories are stumbled upon.
We are definitely doing a lot of stumbling, that's for sure. I don't even know why we're going to these places. But I suppose we'll find out when we get there. Alright, what do we want to do about the other two? The other two guides.
We can tell Mr. Thomas position's been filled, and he doesn't need to worry about bringing them in.
Okay. That is easily enough to do. You can easily find him on the way there.
Alright.
So we need to pick you up a horse.
Let's get me a horse.
Okay.
Saddle.
I'm gonna grab my bag.
Do we need to get you a side saddle?
What do you take me for? A dandy?
Oh, that's such a derogatory word. I would never use it.
Let's get me a horse.
All right. So you're looking for a horse, huh?
That is correct. What do you think?
How much experience you got riding a horse?
I've got none.
Oh, all right. So you need somebody who's a little bit more dependable.
That's right.
Okay. Are you with him? You got experience with a horse?
Oh, yeah.
All right. You going to be able to take care of helping him out with certain things?
Till he falls off, cracks his head open.
Well, yeah, of course. But then at that point, I guess you got yourself an extra horse.
True.
Yeah.
Always a silver lining.
Yeah, that's true.
You know I'm standing here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I see you right there. You're not going anywhere. All right. Will you gentlemen be needing a saddle, bit, and bridle with
That is correct.
Anything else? Something to put those fancy clothes in there? You're not going to wear those clothes on the trail, are you? That's a nice suit you have there. I'd hate to see that. Kind of tugs at your sleeve a little bit. I'd hate to see that get all messed up, especially if you do fall and crack your head.
I suppose I will need another set of clothes.
If you bite the green, you're going to get some stains in there. You won't be able to get out.
That's true.
Gonna need a pair of saddlebags,
Well, all right.
bedroll.
Oh, jeez.
No. I have that. Wait. No, I don't. Might need a bedroll.
A bedroll. All right. Okay. So let's see. It's my lucky day here. So we got ourselves a horse. I know which one would probably suit you well. His name's Red Jet, but don't let that fool you. He's actually a little on the slow side because he's a little old.
Red Jet, huh?
Yeah, he was fast enough in his day. But the nice thing for you is that most people don't want him, so you're going to get him at a slight discount.
Oh, well.
Let's. Why don't we just call it?
And then clothes. Do you sell clothes? I'm assuming you don't clothes.
We have to go. No, I'm sorry, sir. You're going to have to go to the general store for that.
That's
fine. Herbert down there, he'll be able to take care of you. All right. So yes, sorry. Back to the issue at hand.
You got a rifle boot you can throw on that saddle? Looks like you got a nice one right over there. Another $3 on that?
All right. Yeah. All right. So let's just call it an even 180 for Red Jet. Saddle for said Red Jet, and then saddle bags.
All right.
Rifle boot. All right. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate that there, stranger. I hope you find yourself some clothes.
I'm not naked.
Well, no, I'm not, of course not. I mean, I'm just saying, you gotta find yourself some good trail clothes like your friend here's got. That's all. I mean, they can...
And then about 20 years, break them in.
I mean, maybe then I'll be almost as old as you.
All right. Yes, but you can easily find the general store as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so at the general store, Herbert, he can help you, and he can get you outfitted just fine. It's probably only going to run you, for a good set of trail clothes, about $20. But these are, you see you've got the reinforced patches on the pants, and then also on the elbows, and then...
Do you really need them on the elbows?
Well, it helps, yeah. If you're out and about and you fall or you lay down, or that part sees. He started doing this. That part sees a lot of motion. I mean, look at my arm bend like this. It's kind of, same thing with your knees. Your knees bend and the patches go good there too.
All right.
And but that comes out. I'll give you. You get a good pair of I'll give you a good pair of the long johns there. My wife actually made those.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, she's got the loom on back. She put them together.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah. Sure.
Sure.
And you even get the hat.
But I kind of like my hat.
Oh, you don't want the hat?
You're not here, are you?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Oh, you are? You're not saying a word?
I'm not saying a word about that. I'm looking at the white wool chaps over there, thinking, do I put him in those?
But finally, I'm gonna. What do you think?
You can keep your bowler.
Do they look all right?
Yeah, they look good, but gosh, you might need those chaps over there.
The white ones?
Yeah, the woolly ones.
Really?
Yeah. Sorry.
All right.
Let me make a persuasion roll.
Let's walk this out here.
Let's get you in some white wool chaps. Oh my gosh, that's great.
So what's the opposite of? Oh, that's not good.
So you would resist this with your spirit.
Oh, that's.
I got a 6.
Oh.
How about an 11?
Okay. Yeah, you're like, no.
Wait, I think we're good. I'll keep my hat.
All right. Well, if you want to keep the hat, then we'll knock it down to 15.
All right. I will give him $15.
All right. He even throws in a couple extra hard patches.
I'll ask him if he sells pipes.
I do have a couple of pipes. Yeah. Well, you've been looking for a pipe. I got. We just got some from down south a bit there. Good wood and hollowed out corn cobs.
Not corn cob.
No.
Something a little more sturdy.
Oh. Yeah, I could probably. Yeah, let's see. He kind of goes digging around and he's like, you can hear him rustling through boxes. Oh yeah, here. Yeah, I got it here. He comes out. It is a full-on wooden pipe, and it does have kind of like a nice little curve to it on the pipe shaft, I guess. It's got a little bit of wear and tear in there. Just $1.
That'll work.
Oh, good. Yeah. All right then. Where are the two of you headed?
Right south.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a few people headed south. I had a lady come in this morning, kind of looked a little bit dressed kind of like you. She had to pick up a few things, and she was heading north first, and then she was heading south eventually. And she was pleasant enough. And then right when I was opening the store this morning, there was two big guys like you, and then some other guy who had glasses on. They came in. They picked up a few things to take. They were headed. They left today, as a matter of fact.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone's going south. I'm just going to stay here.
There's not too much to the north. It's a little cold.
Oh, I got some relatives up north.
Oh, yeah?
But yeah, it does get cold. It does do that. No doubt about that. Yeah, I like it a little bit down here. It's kind of quiet. And I got my store.
So once he puts these on, how well starched are they? Being all brand new, clean.
It kind of scratches a little bit. Yeah.
God, still want to just dunk you in the trough and get it over with.
I'm constantly fiddling with them as we're going. How do you roll up the sleeve?
It is a little bit the looser side. It's like it's close to your size, but not 100% there. But it's close. Bowler hat doesn't look too bad actually. It goes pretty well with.
Well, I already have a holster inside of it. I can't really get rid of it at this point.
It's true. You can't do that.
Plus, it's your character.
That's right.
Absolutely. And you personally have this hat, so
I do.
it would be a shame for you to take it off. All right, so you've got you have your horses. You talked to Gregory, and you've got all your stuff. Both of you can make a notice roll as you were walking about town. This is sight based, so you don't have to subtract anything.
3.
Oh. I'm trying to contain my laughter at you. 2.
I got a kind of a wide gait here as I'm walking.
Just wait till you've ridden a few miles talking about gates.
So you don't have the riding skill.
No, I do not.
Okay.
Because when would have I ever ridden?
Well, you probably have at least ridden on a horse once or twice, and so you're trying to desperately remember certain things. Most of your attention is focused on just
Not falling off.
and not having the horse freak out and take off on you.
Yes. Just what we need to be ambushed.
Okay, so what are you doing once you've gotten your stuff? And
Go find runs with deer on
go
the
find where's
outskirts.
the deer.
I'm going to relay to Joshua my exploits last night.
Okay.
Mainly because I want to get him up to speed on how much money we have left, which is $133.
All right. So do I need to throw in 20 to cover runs with deer?
No, we can still cover it.
Okay.
I just wanted so he doesn't keep raising the amounts that we're paying our guide and expecting me to have the money.
Yeah, I was going to throw in that 20 though.
No, don't worry about it.
Does that 133 include the 100 that you found in the paper?
Yes, that was actually the 100 I was going to pay him. The guide was the 100 that was in the paper.
So now you are going out to town to find runs at deer.
That is correct.
All right. There's a number of tents outside of town. A little tent city. It's not terribly large. You've seen larger. It's very easy to find runs at deer. He is there. He's he's actually finishing packing up his stuff. He has changed his clothes. His finery has worn off, and he's also kind of ponytailed his hair to get that out of the way. He's wearing clothes more akin to a Sioux or an Indian that would follow the old ways.
Okay.
So it is more animal skin clothing. You do see the tomahawks. He has a bow. It's on the side of his horse, and he is riding his horse saddleless as well. Nice horse.
I hope so.
And better clothes for the trail. You start to head out, and you may be gone already only a few miles. You're kind of making small talk, and he says, you were not the first ones to ask me to come this way.
It's Mr. Blonde, wasn't it?
Yes, he had blonde hair, white coat, long white coat. Yeah, he did not want to pay. So
That's not surprising.
I laughed at him and did not take the job.
Did he say why he wanted to come down?
He said he wanted to see the mounds as well. He did not say why. He did not say the things that you said.
Is there anything we should be worried about? I heard bandits, bears.
Well,
I laugh after I say bears.
bears, beats, Battlestar Galactica. There's always a threat of bandits. You don't have to worry about any of my people. They don't stray this too far south. And mostly be whites like yourself. I have heard tales that there's things that sometimes occur around here at night, but I've seen none of it myself. It should take us about 3 days to get there.
3 days of riding?
3 days of riding.
Let's see if we can't push that horse of yours.
You ride on. The day for you, Porter, seems very long.
Yes.
It's very uncomfortable. You've got 2 heads of coconut and banging them together. You eventually get to a spot. Runs a deer, says, "We'll make camp here." I've camped in.
Oh, thank God.
I've camped, well, not in this area specifically, but other areas nearby. We'll have good cover here in case it rains.
It's not going to rain, is it?
It could.
It could.
I'm going to go lay down.
Yeah, make me a vigor roll.
Oh, good thing I raised that.
Everybody?
Just him.
Just him? All
That's
right.
my first time.
I'm going to run a rope between, if there is a couple of trees that are sturdy,
There is.
and then tie off at least 2 horses to it.
Okay.
If he's wanting his tied off, we can do that. That way they can move up and down the rope and do a little grazing. And
The runs a deer has no problem with that.
Got a 4.
Got a 4. You're sore and you're achy a little bit, but it's not as bad as you thought it might be.
I don't know how people can do this for weeks. Trains are so much better.
You need to go get some wood for the night.
Wait, what, me?
Well, you think I'm going to do it? You're the young kid.
You're
You
the...
don't need to chop any wood. Just go pick up some dry. Find a couple of logs.
I turn, and I start waddling.
Unless you want to cook.
All right. Pick up wood.
I'll be right back. He goes trotting off into the tall grass.
I get the coffee pot out.
Did you ever get your pipe back?
I bought a new one.
Oh.
Did you pay him yet? Did you pay him any money yet?
No, I haven't. He didn't ask. He did say to have the money, so I would assume we would have paid him when we met him then.
You want to pay him the full 100 or?
Let's give him 60 now, and then
Okay.
40 when we get there.
All right. He returns your pipe as soon as when you pay him the 60.
Ah.
Nice.
He returns that pipe.
Yes.
I'll give him the one I bought.
It's still 100.
Yes.
That's fair. You going to go pick up some deadfall?
Yeah, I'll go pick up some deadfall.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm getting ready to cook up some victuals.
Okay, so you're kind of just starting to get a little kindling together and
Yeah.
getting the fire going?
Yep.
Okay.
Get the skillet out. Get some beans out.
All right. It is probably maybe about an hour and a half for dusk.
Is there any streams nearby or anything that we can get some
Yes.
refill the canteens?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that too.
Okay, let's take care of you first here, Joshua. You kind of gather up, you find some good dry grass and get your base kindling stuff going, and then you go ahead and take your couple pots and go down to the stream to go and get some water for boiling. You're down there, you kind of crouch down, the water's running, you're looking at it, and you see a couple little tadpole type things or crawfish or whatever go through there. Frog hopping around. Make me a spirit roll.
Oh.
2s.
So you're sitting there and you're kind of filling up the coffee pot. You're filling up, and then maybe you just get kind of put in the stream and stuff's going through there, and you're moving a little bit, and then you hear kind of up and off to the side. You hear some giggling. Little girl giggling.
Okay.
And then there's some like running sound, and then like snapping of branches and grass and brush getting kind of moved real quickly. And you,
It's got to be close if I'm hearing that.
yes,
I'll
it's cool.
pull the coffee pot in so I don't lose it and drop it
Okay,
on the ground and spin around looking.
all right. You gonna draw any weapons?
No.
No. Okay,
Just a little girl. No problem at all.
can hear it, and you think you're looking where it's at, and then you hear a voice behind you. Joshua.
Okay. Now I'll pull and spin.
Okay, you pull and spin. There's nothing there. And then you hear the rustling coming up right behind you again. And there's a little bit more giggling.
All right.
Have you been drinking today, by the way?
Not yet today.
Not yet today. So you've gone most of the day without drinking.
Because, yeah, we would have got into town 5-ish
Last night?
last night.
Yeah, roughly.
That's when it would have stopped. So 24 hours would be about 5 o'clock this evening.
Which was probably about 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, just making sure. You swear to God, it's like, because now it's to your back, that it's less than 15 feet away from you.
And I need to make a fatigue check. Fatigue checks are based on vigor.
I believe so.
I'm at -1 for physical. And that is a failure, so that means I'm fatigued. So
Okay.
-1.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll go chasing through the grass after whatever it is.
So you're going to turn back around and go this way?
Yeah.
All right, so you kind of go running through the brush, and you got both guns or just one gun?
Just one.
All right, so you're kind of like clearing and pushing, and then you kind of bust to where you think it is, and you look, and then you see a groundhog just kind of go right in front of you, and it like starts to veer away from you and goes zipping the other way.
I shoot it.
All right.
And a miss.
You then hear another voice. It sounds like it's literally like right behind you.
Told you never turn your back.
Thanks for enjoying this issue of Deadlands Dime Novels, The Adventures of Young and Holt. Tune in next time for issue number 3, Home is Where the Horror Is, or The Vet and the Fret Get Wet, where Young and Holt run afoul of some foul weather and come across a homestead where things aren't quite right. Deadlands and Savage Worlds are property of Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Learn more about their great games at their website, peginc.com. And of course, thanks always to our friends at Fear the Boot. Support their Patreon at patreon.com/feartheboot. Over there, you can get a bit more insight into our beloved Marshall's mind. And a lot more, if that pleases you. I'm Ernest Wick for the Tombstone Epitaph. And remember, a full moon may be a welcome light in the darkness, but werewolves also prefer it.